Well, howdy, YouTube subscribers. We're back on the same old subject of my sound cars. I just learned something. I looked in my 2022 Greenberg's book, and they list these both the diesel and the steam sound boxcars, Railsound boxcars, at $140. And they showed, I was very close to the date. I said they're about 20 years old. They're actually 23 years old. And once again, they're LLC. I looked all over the electronics and the base, the frame here. I couldn't see anything that said China on it. So I think there's a good chance they were made in the United States. But don't quote me on that. But what I had not tested was that little on and off micro switch for the sound. When my friend brought it over for repair, and I found the loose plug on his diesel, and you can see the plugs are all upside down. So eventually gravity unplugged one of them, and I don't know if he did it or I did it during the repair. I accidentally changed this little micro switch got turned off. I never noticed the micro switch was on there because I never received any instructions for these. It seems unreasonable that Lionel would have sent these out without instructions, since they take a battery, since this part is underneath is a nice shiny screw, slot screw to adjust the volume, and this, like I said, was turned off, was in the off position, and we couldn't get any sounds out of the car. But I never tried horn and or whistle or bell. Now what I've done is I've put the 2055 steam engine on the outside track. We can get a little more speed out of her. I think that just sounds terrific. Now that bell's going, but I've got the volume for the train sounds, rail sounds up so high you can barely hear it. But let's try the whistle. So that's whistle and bell. And listen to that steam release. It's hard to believe they get that all from this old 23-year-old board. And what I also really didn't make clear is this, it looks like a top to a rattle can, spray paint can, except it's thinner. Sends all the sounds, the speakers in here, sends all the sounds to a hole above this truck. So you're not hearing it from inside the locomotive. You're hearing it from down below the locomotive. Pardon me, the car. You're hearing it from down below the car. But here's what really surprised me. I switched this to the off position, and that's all you're going to hear. And you can run this with just whistle or bell or both. So that was a surprise. So my friend brought his over for repair, and I found the loose plug, and we put it on the track, and of course, as I said, it didn't work. I didn't try the whistle or the bell. Well, I didn't try the horn or the bell because it was the other unit. The diesel unit. I just tried the turning it on to see if I got rail sounds, and of course I didn't. And then noticed the little micro switch on the bottom, which in 20 some years I've never noticed that little tiny switch, because you can barely see it on the bottom. Because if I wanted to not have rail sounds, I just pulled this off the track, or I did it the caveman way. I took the slot screwdriver and turned the volume down, never knowing that I could still get whistle and bell with that little micro switch. Now I'm going to turn it back so I don't forget. And this does exactly the same thing. I think I can really reach that switch from here without shaking the camera too bad. But I take my word for it, it would turn off the humming sound or the engine sound of the little supposedly coming from the Alco here, and all you would get is the horn and the bell. Not on my inside track, because I'm running a Z. I only have one position, so all you're going to get is the horn. But anyway, what I forgot to tell you the first time, and now you know, because I found out by a little more investigating, playing with it, as I say, how it works. I am sure, like I say, I'm sure Lionel put out some instructions. I did not receive it in the boxes when I got these cars 20 some years ago, but I'm sure they would have given you instructions on how to use the volume control, how to use the micro switch, and replacing the battery. You can see the battery quite plainly on the steam unit. But that's about all I've got to tell you on this. So thanks for watching. I think these are a really good idea for someone like me who has lots of trains, really running out of room to put anymore, and doesn't want to get rid of their beautiful old post-war trains, but still would like to hear some sound once in a while. All you got to do is purchase one of these cars. Now, I saw one on eBay. I actually saw several, and I saved them, and already one guy has come down from I think he was $77 plus shipping, and now he wants 65 if I buy it now. So always remember that before you get excited and bid on something. Always look to see if they're a good seller, and look at their feedback. But it'd be interesting in the days to come to see if the other sellers come down too. But that's about, let's see, $67. Greenberg says they're worth $140. So you do the math. Of course, you've got shipping, and you've got state tax. But here for me, it's a deal. These things, I think they're bulletproof. I think I've probably, like I said, I thought I bought this 20 years ago. Probably did, maybe 21, 22. But now we know they were made in 2000, and that Greenberg says they go for 140 each. Okay, and I guess I can give you the number again on them. There's 619-886 for the steam sound. They may be listed as 19886 and 19887 for the diesel. Okay, thanks for watching. Once again, Big Lizard Production. Bye-bye.